Good afternoon, StriveTogether. I have to tell you all that this is a really special moment for me. The poem I'm about to perform, when they asked me to close the ceremony, there was a person who came up in my mind. And she asked me a question at the end of me graduating from the Act 6 program, and she asked us as a whole. She asked the question, what do you look like in the eyes of your enemy? And it's been the guiding question that has held me in the work this entire time. And there's some tricky people in the room, right, who I had not seen this woman in years. And when I came in, she was sitting next to me at the table. And we've talked about these powerful women all throughout the day, but I have to say the name Pat Thompson in this space, and her sister Lena Thompson, who are the heroes that I've aspired to be for a long time. There's a poet who says, I wear my city like a good sweater to a job interview, and I wear mine on my chest in the same way, and that moment has been inspired by these sisters, Pat and Lena Thompson. And so I'm going to pose the same question to you all. The title of this poem is, What Do You Look Like in the Eyes of Your Enemy? A wise woman once asked me, what do you look like in the eyes of your enemy? My grandmother used to read me that we don't battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places. A wise woman once said that they would never forget how you made them feel. And since then, I've wondered what oppression feels like when it sees me. I wonder if it trembles when I make connections with the like-minded. I wonder what happens to poverty's point of view when there's a wealth of knowledge in the young minds that I teach. What access tastes like in the mouth of the exclusive. This is not just a conversation about raising funds, but better, fundamentally changing how we mentally cultivate community, beautifully choosing to scoff in the face of division while building bridges for unity. See, you and me, we have to decide to torment the things that torment our children, to write an eviction notice for homelessness, to tell it that you can't stay here anymore, to tell poverty it's time to pay what you owe our families, to dethrone white supremacy, to hang it upside down by its bootstraps and shake the change out of its pockets until there's change in the pockets of the communities that it's robbed of its resources. What do you look like in the eyes of your enemy? We should look like an interruption, like an unsolvable equation of equity, like a persistent peoples pressing powerfully into each other until oppression can't tell us apart. We should look unshakable, like a fortress surrounding the well-being of our babies. Our babies should feel like rock stars, taking risks beyond the deficits prescribed to them, stage diving into the hands of communities, waiting to watch them crowd surf into their wildest dreams. We should feel like a megaphone, amplifying the voices that have been forced into a whisper, giving power to the people who stand most affected. We should look like a strong community. We should understand the principles, the broken ideologies and poorly written policies that chronically create disproportionality with no form of apologies. And my apologies if this is starting to feel like more than what you signed up for, but there's a door over there if you're starting to feel scared because there's too much at stake for us to fake like we are not fighting against more than just misfortune. We have work to do. But this is up to you. The only gaps that truly exist are the ones that we allow to persist when we wish instead of move, dream instead of create. Tomorrow is too late. Our children cannot wait another year to be loved and supported from cradle to career. And I hope that our enemy sees us and knows that it has no choice but to concede. I hope it sees a collective that will stop at nothing until we have created a community that speaks of oppression, of racism, of poverty, of gaps, not as issues that we face, but as parables of what can be conquered by collective impact. A wise woman once asked me, what do you look like in the eyes of your enemy? And I hope that our answer is ready. Thank you.